Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I'm on the road, guys, down the country working on some rental properties, and it was cool because uh, Virginia Cowboys fan ran into him at the gas station. He pulled off on the side of the road there. Hey, Mark Holmes! And when somebody starts screaming your name, I just never know if it's a friend or a foe. So I'm just ready to run if I have to, because you never know. Those Eagle trolls could be out there after me and stuff. But we have some news this morning. I was feeling kind of slighted between last week with the international games being announced, and then Monday, the team, the Eagles having the finding out that they're playing the Vikings, and Tennessee going to Buffalo and stuff. I was feeling slighted when I first woke up this morning because I was like, it's funny, they haven't announced any of the Cowboy games. Well, this morning they have announced that the Dallas Cowboys will be going to Lambeau Field November 13th, week number 10. Mike McCarthy will be going back home. I guess it's still his home. I don't know. I know his family was still there till last year, so it had been his home for a long, long time. But they'll be going to Green Bay week number 10 to take on Aaron Rodgers. Hate that guy. I hate Aaron Rodgers. And the Green Bay Packers. Um, November, here's what I remember about Green Bay. We went in after they won the Super Bowl. The NFL had a kickoff um, ceremony there for them because back then they had a whole festival for the kickoff, and they did community build and stuff, and we were there in September as opposed to being in New Orleans. When I was in New Orleans, it was hot as hell. It was literally like 98 degrees, and we were rebuilding houses. We were at an elementary school, and we were building a playground and a greenhouse and stuff like that in Green Bay, and I remember it being kind of chilly in September. I mean, not cold, but like 60-ish. So they have typically in Green Bay extremely cold and a lot less cold, if you follow me. Now, November, and because of kind of global warming, it's not quite the frozen tundra in November. It's still cold, but not as cold as it could be in, say, December or January. So that's actually good news for the Dallas Cowboys. And of course, everybody talks about the Cowboys, losing Amari Cooper and stuff. I dare say losing Devontae Adams may be a bigger loss to the Green Bay Packers. So that right there should mean that, you got a chance. You always got a chance. And regardless of what the experts say, when we look at the NFC has taken some major hits this year. You've had so much talent that has floated from the NFC to the AFC. Like I said, we know Amari Cooper has left us, gone to the Cleveland Browns. We know Devontae Adams has gone to Denver. To the Raiders. And so on. So we know that there's been a lot of the big name players that have left. And I'm not going to be one of those ones that are there with the doom and the gloom on the Dallas Cowboys. Um, Yesterday, I remember seeing an article where they were saying that, the Cowboys, will be the 10th rated offense going into the season. I'm going to actually say, well, that I think they'll be better than the 10th rated. And a lot of you will say, you're crazy, you lost Amari Cooper, but I want you to understand, and you lost Cedric Wilson, you lost Lyle Collins, and you lost Connor Williams. Okay, just bear with me here this morning, okay, as we get ready for the Green Bay Packers in the start of the season. I look at losing Lyle Collins as a wash. I believe that Terrence Steele is actually the better player than Lyle Collins. I don't think if Lyle Collins came back that he would be guaranteed to be the starter over Terrence Steele. That's just my take. The Cowboys messed up when Tyron Smith went out and they took Terrence Steele and moved to the other side. It just messed up the whole offensive line. Connor Williams has been a starter for a lot of years for us, but Connor Williams can get lifted up and carried in the backfield and ends up having holding penalties. Tyler Smith I think could be as good as Connor Williams. Of course, there's always what's going to be with the big fella, Tyron Smith. I'm hoping that Josh Ball will be better, now that he's had his injury and stuff, and as a second-year player, could be a guy who could fill in. I don't think our offensive line is going to be any worse than where they were last year. I'm just going to say that I don't believe they'll be worse. In fact, I believe they'll be better. Maybe I'm crazy. I mean, Tyler Badish, this is a contract year. This is prove it time. This is shit or get off the toilet. He's got to be better. I think Terrence Steele will be better because of having his third year now, really getting his legs underneath of him. And if Tyron Smith stays healthy, I think the offensive line's better. I think the Cowboys will use the heck out of Tony Pollard because I'm not sure that they're going to sign him to another contract. They're going to give him the DeMarco Murray treatment, and they're going to use the heck out of him. And I think if Zeke heals from the PCL, Zeke was actually running really, really well until the PCL injury. I think Zeke Elliott will still be 1,000-yard back. So I don't see us losing on the running game. As far as Amari Cooper goes, losing Amari Cooper is a great receiver. I'm not going to dispute that. But we're talking about replacing 865 yards. It's not like we're trying to replace Devontae Adams where he's like 1,400. It's 865 yards. And I think the Dallas Cowboys are actually going to evolve their offense where they'll do more 12 personnel. If they do more 12 personnel, it's going to make the offense that much more dynamic. Now keep in mind, I want you to keep in mind a couple of things here. Cowboys were the number one rated offense. And people criticize how bad the Cowboys offense is. They stink and this, that, and the other. We saw that Amari Cooper had disappeared from the offense. We saw Zeke Elliott had gone downhill. There's no way in the world that I look at that and say they will be worse than where they were. They were still number one. To end up being the 10th rated offense, they would literally have to drop off from a cliff. And I believe with the 12 personnel and getting Jake Ferguson, I think, is going to help add another dimension to the offense where we're doing the two tight end sets, where we can run more efficiently, with Zeke because we'll have 7 blockers, or we'll be able to pass against heavy defenses where we'll be able to take a Tony Pollard and put him in motion outside and use our tight ends as receivers. And I hope that we'll use the hurry-up offense in certain times where we'll have more advantages against the defenses. So the Dallas Cowboys 10, I think they'll be a top 10 offense. I really do. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to be a lot better than what people give them credit for. Just do. And you can call me a homer all you want. You can say that I'm crazy, this, that, and the other. I'm going to go by and I'm going to say I think the Cowboys will be 11-6. I think 11-6 this year is, I think, a safe bet. They've got some tough games to go, and it's still crazy to me how a quarterback who is 25-6 in his division, and Eagle fans and Washington fans, you could say it's a trash division, that everybody sucks, and if that's true, how come you don't have a quarterback that has a record like that's gone 6-0 in their division? You Eagle fans are freaking insane. I don't understand this newfound joy and optimism and craziness. I'm optimistic about my team and stuff, but damn, you guys are literally running up to anybody and everybody that you can say that you guys are the best team since sliced bread. And you haven't even gotten anybody out on the field yet. You might want to slow your roll because you're writing checks that you're behind might not be able to cash. Just saying. I remember the Giants in 2016. This same enthusiasm that you Eagle fans have right now, the Giants had after beating the Cowboys twice in 2016 and going to the playoffs. They went, where did they play? Who did they play? Green Bay. They went to Green Bay. They went to Lambeau Field and got their ass handed to them. Odell Beckham Jr. putting holes in the wall and stuff. And that offseason, you Giant fans just literally coming in. You know, we're Super Bowl favorites, man. Everybody's talking about how good we are. We beat you guys twice last year and everything else. They talked so much crap. And you know what? They literally fell off a cliff. Yeah. They have more losses than any other team, including the Jets, since that time. So you might want to slow down just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm not saying that you're not a good team. You are a team to be feared. That defensive front that you have is really good. But your secondary is ass. And you know it's ass. And all this love that Jalen Hurts is getting and everything else, okay, that's cool. Fine, whatever. Good luck with that. But what I do know is my Cowboys, we put up almost 100 points on your ass last year. Oh, you can say it was early season, so that game doesn't count. Or, oh, we didn't play our starters because we were resting for the playoffs. Well, you might have wanted to play them because they looked like ass in the playoffs when you got blown out. Just saying. Just saying. All right, I got work to do. I got to get over here and try and bust a hump, see how quickly I can get this floor down and things so I can get down the road and get back home. I was going to stay till tomorrow, but I want to get home. I love being home. I love being in my own set and everything else. Oh, and let me go ahead and do this too. Shout out to Joe Boo Nation here. We're working on the plans. In fact, my man Joseph Heatherly is doing something big. Shout out to Joseph Heatherly. He's doing something big for me today. I can't let you in on it. I can't let you in on it just yet. But I'm going to come up and go, boom! And I'm going to surprise the hell out of you. I'm serious. You're going to be like, oh, shit. Joe Boo Sports. Oh, shit. That goddamn Joe Boo Sports. Done it what?
About to the next upgrade.
It's double secret.
That's all I want to say.
Okay? But my man Joseph Heatherly, shout out to him, is doing some undercover work for me right now. But we're getting ready, and it's looking like it's going to be like the first week in June. Stuart Morrison, my buddy, he got some good news that the cancer hadn't spread as much as they thought it had. And he's getting his wound worked on. So once the wound gets worked on, healed, he'll be going to the Anderson Clinic in Houston for chemo. I've been seeing how much work we have to do on his house. He's been sending me a lot of pictures. We have a lot. We have a lot. Sometimes I open my big fat mouth and I step in shit. We got a lot to do, but we have quite a bit of money to get started with, at least. We are at the $2,000 mark, exactly $2,000 right now. That's going to get us some of the windows, going to get us some of the paint and the ceiling fans. We got a long ways to go because there's a lot of work that we have to do. And I know that Randy Sykes and his son are going to be coming down to help. And I know that Mark Torres, is definitely going to be coming to help. And I'm hoping that we get a few more people that have some skills, a certain set of skills that'll help us when we go through and try and take care of the house for Stuart and his mom. So, with that being said, I'm going to catch you guys a little later. Peace. Oh,